The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for elderly grandparents, household pets, and nuns. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting homosexuality, teenage pregnancy, or chemical dependency that may transpire as a result of listening to this garbage fountain. You have been warned. Enjoy!
Unnamed Drag Podcast.
Hi! Hello,
Hi, friends.
everyone. Welcome back to more ooky spooky, my pooky Halloween
spooky,
madness.
Do me and the dookie.
Although today, as we've just been discussing off camera, we are dressed more Halloween adjacent to Marilyn described it as.
Vampy, not spooky.
Yeah. Like, we're kind of here to, I don't really know what, I think I'm just going to a funeral, but like, I didn't know the person.
I'm going to a funeral of someone I literally fucked to death.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to stand at the back of the funeral and be that person where everyone's going to be like, I don't know who that is.
But she's under a tree and crying very loud.
Yeah, exactly. Stood in the background with an umbrella being more emotional than a person should be.
Yeah. You're the person people hire to make everyone else think they were interesting when they
like
were
a party starter, but the party's a funeral.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will absolutely drink to that. Wonderful.
That's your dream job.
Yeah. Oh my god, could you imagine? I do packages as well.
Okay, talk me through it.
Okay, so I do
Tell me your business model.
I do like...
Hello, dragons.
So, dragons. My name is Nana Arthole.
And I'm Marilyn Sane.
And I would like to give you 1% of my company in exchange for 10 million rupees. So...
That's not...
I know, I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. You went to India.
Yeah,
you should know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I drink a lot.
I offer, I am a party starter for funerals. And
like a birthday clown.
I offer 3 different packages.
Okay, talk me through it.
We have the Jack-o'-lantern package.
Okay.
Where for £500, I will sniff every 25 minutes and sob every 15.
Okay.
So it's like a... So you've just got that, just drifting in the background.
Almost like one of those soundtracks you get for Halloween.
Exactly.
Like a creaky door and a seagull for some reason.
Then we do the tombstone package, which is for £1,000, where I will just give you a slow, consistent, but not so much that it's disruptive. Okay.
That's good. I like that.
After that, we have the sarcophagus package.
Okay.
It's where I turn up fully dressed in bandages. No.
So we're dressed as you.
For 2,000. That's full on howling like the emperor is dead.
Yeah. Korean funeral wail.
You know, to the point at which I have to be removed and put in the back room because it's too much.
Throwing yourself on the corpse.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
That's the tippity top package for $3,000.
That's the morgue package.
Yeah. For the morgue package, like I will try.
The whole fucking morgue.
I will do all of that in a steady crescendo and then eventually try and get in with them.
That sounds great.
Take me instead of them! Like that kind of vibe.
Wow.
Yeah. Would you like to invest?
No.
No, not a fucking penny.
I'm not giving this money.
I think I look great.
I mean, I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, I mean...
Meanwhile, I've arrived.
You're a Muppet Show girl. You look like a headache.
Why did I pick today of all days to turn it this hard?
I mean, if you look close enough, I can see.
Don't talk to me, peasant.
Anyway, so today, very super exciting, absolutely wonderful. Oh my god, I'm about to show you what one of my side flexes is. Oh, such a flex. Because as well as being an international...
Just try to hulk out of this maternity dress.
As well as being an international woman of misery, I am also a very talented writer.
Very much.
Very talented.
She knows what nouns and verbs are.
I don't know what adverbs are.
Adverbs are, they're tricky.
That's when it does something to the verb, but we don't know what.
I think it adds to it.
Yeah. So,
adds
to the verb. Yeah, definitely. Wetly. So, spookily. Ookily spookily.
Ookily spookily.
My pookily. So, this is something that I wrote. So, sorry, set the seeds. There is a little, I want to say like collective, but it's really just 2 fucked up guys. They're called Liam and Jim, and they do a night called Trash Fic, where they...
Are they hot?
They're both very cute.
Wonderful.
They read bad fan fiction that they found on the internet from all different genres.
That's great.
But last Halloween, they asked me if I wanted to get involved, and they said, well, you can like read something that we found, or maybe we could like write something. And I was having a little chat with Liam about about what it could be.
ASL.
And for some reason, we got into the conversation of what happened that night that Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, and Britney Spears all went out together.
Yes.
What was the kind of like backstory? What was their history? What was the dynamic?
In the 90s.
And then also, what if it was the Purge?
Okay.
And then I won't tell you what the other dynamic is because we'll get into it whilst we're reading the fanfic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've read this once, so I know the twists and turns, but I have not read it since, and that was a long time ago. I will be playing narrator.
Yeah.
So I will be reading a lot.
Yeah.
Just a disclaimer, I can't read. I am bad at public reading.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we did the Dirty Filthy Sexy pageant and I was like, this is a person.
Yeah.
They have a face.
But to be fair, they were really overwritten.
And it was dark.
Yeah.
And I was drunk.
But I think today it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'll just play into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Lean into it, honey.
And we'll do a little bit of perhaps Marilyn might have some questions for me, or I might have some defences I want to make of the work. So
I will do my best to read this as if it is Shakespeare.
Yeah, although I did write it from the perspective of a horny 13-year-old girl writing fan fiction. Can I just point out that I embodied that character?
There's a lot of those.
Succinctly.
Yeah, why is it always females writing these aggressively sexual
Oh, I
fan
absolutely do not know, but I love it.
I'm on board. Yeah. Absolutely.
Also, elderly gay men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Writing sexy fan fiction about how they married to Zac Efron.
Oh, lovely.
Stuff like that.
Good for them.
It's a way to while away a winter night. While away a winter night.
Do you want me to read the title?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so.
Here's the twist about to be revealed.
Okay. Sexy Werewolf Purge Fanfiction, starring Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, and Britney Spears, by Nana Arthole. You put your name on this.
Buckle up, kids.
Buckle up, buckaroos. Chapter 1. Is there more than one chapter?
The chapters are so short, but this is what fanfiction does.
Okay.
It'll be like chapter 2, but it's only like a page or a paragraph in sometimes. I threw myself into this character.
I wish you'd throw yourself off a bridge.
Into this headspace, if you will. Okay, go.
There is an old, worn-down building full of metal and deadly traps that no one knows about. It's underground in Los Angeles, and one of the main streets where all of the cool clubs are. And no one believes it exists, but it definitely does. It was the night before the Purge, and Paris Hilton was feeling good as she walked into Club Shocker.
So shit.
Club
Shocker.
Club Shocker.
So, like, that's the most outrageous thing that a 13-year-old girl could think of.
Yes.
The Club Bowling Ball. Club Gorilla Grip. That's what it would be now.
This was a new LA nightclub on the street above the underground dungeon warehouse place. Her hot gay male friends all said Paris looked great in her sparkly dress, which was expensive. As they made their way to the VIP area, and my stupid ex-best friend Jessica went to take their drink orders.
You're so fat,
laughed Paris. And Jessica cried and tripped over, spilling drinks everywhere. It was so funny, one of Paris's friends even peed a little bit.
I peed a little bit,
he said. Then Jessica cut herself on all the broken glass and died, the stupid fat bitch. Anyway, that's not the story. I'm trying to keep it together.
I know. I had to read this live with Jim and Liam commenting in the background while it's dressed as Wario and Waluigi. Yeah, I've had sex dreams like that before. Anyway.
The stupid fat bitch. Anyway, that's not the story. After an hour of constant drinking and dancing, Paris decided she needed to take a break from all the selfies people were asking her for. She went and sat in the corner of the VIP room. That's when Paris saw her. Lindsay Lohan. The two locked eyes, shooting each other dirty looks full of bad history.
Which is one of the worst analogies I've ever written. ashamed of it. Anyway.
Paris was the first to turn away and start a conversation with one of her many cool, hot, gay male friends. Lindsay, on the other hand, was less willing to let the situation end peacefully.
Now, I just need to give a disclaimer about my Lindsay Lohan impression. I stole it from Kathy Griffin, the comedian Kathy Griffin, and it basically sounds like Iago from Aladdin.
So just sandpaper and whiskey.
Okay. Hey, Paris! Nice to see you recovered from last night's bender. Shut up, bitch,
said Paris.
Oh, and my Paris is just Kelly.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Takes one to know one.
Lindsay cleverly snapped back. Lindsay stormed off to the dance floor and Paris was left stunned and actually spilled her drink. Someone would have to clean that up, except no one would because stupid Jessica was dead. Ha ha.
Poor Jessica.
Stupid Jessica.
Oh, stupid fat bitch.
Anyway, Paris was now upset because this night turned out to be like so many others. She did her best to forget what had happened and continued to drown her sorrows with alcohol. Before long, she could barely stand and had to be escorted out of the club by a few of her hot gay companions.
They're companions now.
Hot gay companions. Hot gay accessories.
Yeah.
Once outside the club, Paris again crossed paths with Lindsay, which was like oil and water on fire and ice, or maybe even fire and oil. It was really bad. The hot-headed redhead stared at the heiress to the Hilton fortune for a minute and almost walked away, but she felt herself overcome by a feeling to confront her.
Nice to see you setting a good example, Paris. You're a stupid skinny bitch. No wonder you can't hold your alcohol. That should have been liquor.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter.
Liquor? Barely.
Yeah, you can't hold your liquor.
Paris snapped.
I don't even know, for fuck's sake.
Paris snapped right there and slugged Lindsay across the jaw. She stumbled slightly and nearly hit the ground.
At least I know how to drive. Hit any paparazzi lately?
It's gone a little bit, David.
Oh god, maybe it has.
Paris said, bringing up that rumour about how Lindsay could not drive very well or something. I can't really remember. Jessica told me about it, but she was probably just making it up, stupid bitch. Anyway, in a fury... Doesn't that say furry?
No, fury.
In a fury, Lindsay drove at Paris, grabbing her throat. Without realising it, Lindsay's bigger boob had popped out of her top. Lindsay's bigger boob.
Listen, everyone's lopsided.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, this is body positivity at its best.
Absolutely.
Modern feminism. The crowd that surrounded the pair had grown, and no one seemed anxious to alert Lindsay. She continued to claw at Paris, who did her best to cover her face. The brawl intensified once Paris forced Lindsay against her brand new SUV.
It says brand.
It says brand new.
Okay, I was in character. Okay, when I wrote that, I meant brand.
A brand new SUV. Then Paris noticed Lindsay's I can't talk.
It's fine.
Paris noticed Lindsay's wardrobe malfunction and gave her a nipple tweak. Lindsay pulled at her hair and smiled with every pull. They each called each other skanks and hoes and stuff. It was really bad. Until suddenly, the two froze when they saw someone approaching them.
Hey y'all! I'm so bad at this one. This is my worst one. Good. Hey y'all, what are y'all dumb sluts fighting about this time?
It was Britney Spears. Lindsay and Paris now recoiled in fear. The alpha had arrived. Because the reason why Lindsay and Paris don't get along very well, ... is they were all sexy werewolves. But they are betas.
Yeah. Pecking order of the wolf pack. Yeah.
It was nearing the full moon and that made them get mad sometimes, as well as want to make out with anything that moved.
What are y'all two bitches doing?
Said Brittany. It was a full moon tomorrow night, and also the purge.
You should be hiding out in one of your cool mansions,
she warned.
Lindsay had to sell our whole mansions to pay for meth,
laughed Paris. Sell all of her mansions to pay for meth.
I'm so sorry, I keep breaking character. I did not, you lying skank,
said Lindsay.
Anyway, it's too late now, and actually, we have a job to do.
Brittany said, her hands stood on her...
sorry.
Her hands stood on her hip like a teacher to prove she was in charge, except she was really cool with it and not lame.
We need to get the squad back together one last time. No, I can't,
said Paris.
I hate her. Not as much as I hate you,
Lindsay said. She was too quick for Paris with her clever comebacks.
Shut up, y'all. Oh, drawl. Shut up, y'all,
drawled Brittany, in her accent that was not convincing anyone. You knew.
I didn't come all the... Yeah, because at that point I was like, I'm going to have to toss myself a bone. I didn't come all the way here on my custom private jet from my hit shows in Vegas to watch you two go at it like crack horse chasing the lost rock. You can't talk to me like that,
Lindsay snapped.
Like, yeah,
Paris added.
You're not my dad.
Are you okay? Are you keeping it together?
So shit. Oh god. Listen, you know it's the purge tomorrow and also a full moon. The purge has gotten out of control and as sexy werewolves, we're the only hope to save the whole city. Maybe the world. Oh no!
said Lindsay.
How has this happened? It was the strangest thing, y'all.
Brittany said, looking up in a dreamlike state, like she was watching some cocoa heat up in the microwave. That's so specific.
A package turned up at my door, and when I opened it, the strangest thing was inside it. Oh my god, what was inside it?
Paris asked.
A pink Motorola flip phone.
Ooh. I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah, that's a rhinestone, obviously. Yeah.
Lindsay and Paris both gasped, then glared and hissed at each other. Or...
Wait, sorry.
No, this is too good to skim over.
Okay, it's because I distracted you. Start again.
Lindsay and Paris both gasped and then glared and hissed at the other copycat, or in this case, copy wolf.
Oh, this killed at the Jam Cafe, can I just tell you? I never thought we'd see one of them again!
Oh, said Lindsay, recovering.
That's right,
said Brittany.
Just as our pack elder wolves foretold in legends. The pink Motorola flip phone the tunnel!
You've added lore.
Yeah, lore based around like...
A Motorola flip phone.
Yeah, kitsch mobile phones from the early noughties.
Oh.
Woo! Okay.
Where are we?
You always gotta take those crusty weirdos' words with a pinch of salt, brat.
Paris smirked. Lindsay laughed.
Yeah, they're such bitches! Like actual literal bitches because they're wolves!
Lindsay was so quick and pretty and smart. For fuck's sake.
That's it!
Brittany snapped.
You don't need to pepper it with like more spice than it already has.
Brittany snapped and grabbed both of her betas by the scruff of their vaginas and dragged them back to her limousine. Everyone who was watching thought it was really hot. They could just tell everything was sexy. They could just tell something sexy was about to happen. One guy was so turned on, he was gonna blow in his pants.
Oh, I'm gonna blow in my pants!
He said to his friend, and then he totally did. End of chapter 1.
Chapter 2.
I'm just going to take this opportunity for a victory sip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the longest chapter, so we're now halfway through the story almost. I mean, I know it's riveting and you never want it to end.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chapter 2. Back in the limo, something had taken over Brittany, and her eyes were now sparkling silver and lilac and gold because the werewolf part was coming out. She looked at her two betas.
There's a terrible part of me that rarely gets to feed, and you've just whet its appetite. Who the hell do you think you are?
Said Lindsay.
That was so pirate. Yeah.
Paris added.
You're not my dad.
Paris began to sob while Lindsay began to laugh.
I hate you, Lindsay. Don't be so dramatic, Paris. I'm gonna kill you.
The heiress to the fortune replied. Paris advanced towards Lindsay, but was interrupted by Brittany.
First of all, if anyone is killing in here, it's me.
Brittany had gone full alpha slut, and her eyes were now literally shining like fire, and her fangs were even showing a bit, even though the full moon was a day away because she couldn't contain all her wool.
That's a long sentence.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Well done. Now, kiss each other like you mean it. Ew, gross!
Said Lindsay.
Yeah, that's so not cool. You're not my dad. Why did she keep saying that? That was my recurring joke with Paris.
Yeah,
the punchline for everything was just "You're not my dad." Yeah. She's nothing more than a chihuahua.
Lindsay said, which to werewolves is like being called a fugly skank, but for Paris it hurt even more because she remembered her beloved Tinkerbell, who was dead.
Oh, R.I.P. Tinkerbell.
No.
You lived your life in a purse full of coke.
For fuck's sake.
Do it before I hurt you.
Dominated Brittany. Paris realised she had no option. Reluctantly, she leaned in and kissed Lindsay. Reluctantly, ... at first. The pair tied tongues until Lindsay bit Paris's lip.
Oh, let me go, you crazy bitch.
Said Paris.
I'll show you crazy.
Said Lindsay, now totally into it. Even her boobs were aching.
Is that a thing that happened? Do you get so turned on that your tits hurt?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't really understand the full sexual experience.
My tits are at home.
My tits ache right now from how good this is. This is
Absolutely.
so good it's making my tits hurt.
My boobs are aching.
My
It's so
tits
good.
always hurt.
So good my boobs ache. Okay, so Lindsay ripped off Paris's dress and forced her to the floor. The sight of Paris naked drove Brittany wild.
Ooh.
Her titties were so small and nice she had no trouble cupping them in her hands and squeezing her perky nipples. Lindsay pounced and dove in, going down on Paris while Brittany watched.
I'm not miming
This
that.
is not getting monetized.
No.
Paris was squirming around everywhere, like she suddenly didn't know where she was. Like she'd taken a drug or couldn't find her phone charger while looking under the bed. Fuck's sake. These are terrible.
I know.
Terrible. Brittany was amused by how wet Paris was and even took a sniff of her panties after Lindsay removed them, which was really hot and not gross.
Smells like heaven.
She enjoyed the scent. It was a wolf thing,
That's a good little wolf pussy.
she said.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You created this,
That's a good little wolf pussy. That's so.
she said.
So horrible.
Lindsay was caught up in the moment and realised she needed a release, like a sink that was filling up too fast and needed the plug pulling out. Brittany grinned and licked her fangs when she saw that Lindsay was fingering herself, pulling up her halter top so she could play with her nips. Fucking nips.
I know, nips, like not sexy at all.
Never. The fights and the alcohol had awoken desires which had been buried long ago. For quite some time, Lindsay had been attracted to Paris. This presented a problem. And that's when Lindsay felt it necessary to distance herself.
Really getting into the psychology of the characters, do you know
That's
what
why
I
they're
mean?
not friends anymore.
Well,
Okay.
exactly. This is the problem amongst debaters. It's like the pecking order.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So
Especially when they're all sexy lesbian
Exactly.
werewolves.
It's like they've got to kind of keep things in line, but like they have that attraction, but like so the only way it can manifest itself is through rage.
This isn't about us, is it?
Maybe,
Christ.
baby. Okay.
That occurred 6 months ago, and now she was diddling her.
Diddling. Okay. Can I just point out? Okay.
diddling herself.
Can I just point out that I also haven't read this since last year and I forgot what I wrote, so it's not that I find myself that funny, it's just this, I forgot how shit this was.
That occurred 6 months ago, and now she was here diddling herself in front of Paris and Brittany. The present situation seemed like something out of a dream. Thanks for that.
I'm kind of having to act along because otherwise I'm just sat here not doing anything.
Lindsay awoke from her daze to see Paris arch her back and let out a tremendous howl as she reached orgasm. A howlgasm, as werewolves called it.
That would be like, like it wouldn't sound right at all. Okay.
By this point, Brittany and Lindsay were finger banging themselves and each other like maniacs. Like they were trying to open a kitchen drawer with a utensil stuck on the inside. That is great. That is gold.
I think I mentioned this before, but when I read that out, the audience asked me to read it again, and then...
like they were trying to open a kitchen drawer with a utensil stuck on the inside.
Yeah.
That conjures a strong
and then I got a high five from someone on the front row.
Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, carry on.
They all howled, their eyes glowing like rainbows as they dripped wetness all over the back of the limousine. That's fucking
horrible,
great.
isn't it? Okay, wear sluts. Whenever there's a full moon, I turn into a slut. I'm a wear slut.
A wear slut.
Okay, wear sluts. Playtime's over.
Snarled Brittany. And
Snarled. Okay, wear sluts. Playtime's over.
Snarled Brittany as they all got dressed again.
Now y'all are friends again. It's time for the mission. That's hot,
said Paris, like she always said on her TV show. And Lindsay and Brittany laughed and they all triple kissed. You ever tried to triple kiss?
Yeah,
it's not hot.
It's messy.
It's not hot, it's not fun. You just end up like licking someone's cheek.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of just like touch tongues, but you can't really do much more than that unless you get gross. Anyway.
So that's the end of chapter 2.
I know. I mean, where do you think it's going to go, Marilyn? Are you excited? Are you aroused almost? How much have you wanted to just start pulling it?
I just want to bang myself like a kitchen...
like a utensil stuck in the drawer. Like, you can really see it, can't you?
Punches a bit.
Fucking potato masher.
It's
always a potato masher.
Or a ladle.
That's my signature move.
Fucking
the potato masher. Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
You're a monster.
So yeah, where do you think it's going to go? What direction do you think it's going to take?
Well, I've read it before.
Oh, okay.
But
I forgot about that.
If I hadn't, I would say it's like... I don't know, I think there's going to be more sexy werewolf action.
A little bit. I think there's a little bit. Anyway, carry on. Okay, chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Chapter 3. Once the limo driver's hands stopped shaking... He was finally...
He was there the whole time!
He was just watching. They didn't even put up the partition.
Could you just fucking imagine if you tried to and they were just like, no, leave it down.
And he was like,
eye contact!
I don't want to see! Snarl. Howlgasm in the back of a limousine.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, once the limo driver's hands stopped shaking.
And he was finally able to drive them to their destination, Brittany's mansion in LA, where she kept all of her cool weapons and stuff. By this point, more time had passed than you'd think, and the Purge and Full Moon were well on their way to being closer than they weren't. What? Sentence structure now.
I know! But this is what, I do my research and development, right, because we've had the conversation before about nifty.org and we've used it on a live stream.
Yeah.
Like, and I used to read it for entertainment because you can't go wrong. You either find something that's well written and it's sexy, or you find something that's badly written and it's funny.
Yeah, it's better than Tiger
You
King.
can't fail.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it's the same with fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like, it's either going to be great and you're going to read a good story, or it's going to be fucking awful.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any in between.
Oh no.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like...
And your writing sits, anyway.
I mean, if you... I know that you're enjoying this so much, but I'm just going to give a tiny plug before we go into chapter 3.
Okay.
I do actually have a book coming out.
Oh, you do?
And it's some dickhead called Tom has written it, but it was written by me. I was driving.
You were ghostwriting.
Thank you very much. I was the ghostwriter. He's just putting his name on it. It's called Choose Your Own Mediocre, and it's available for pre-sale through Big White Shed. So please pick up a copy.
So if you want more of this...
If you want more of this, but better... And also, at some point in this month, I don't know when this is going live, I will have had a birthday.
Oh yeah!
So So buy the book or tip me, because birthday.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You done?
Shameless plug.
You done shaking that tin can for a change?
Put that plug back up my butthole and we can continue.
Oh, I passed a plug.
Okay, so chapter 3.
Okay, so
they
they
got
just
to the
arrived
mansion.
at Brittany's LA cool mansion where she keeps all of her cool weapons and stuff.
Yeah, and the full moon and the purge are closer than they weren't. Yeah.
Anyway, Lindsay chose a big knife as her weapon, a lot like the one that she used as a prop in that coked up photo shoot where people said that she looked crazy, but actually she looked really cool.
So cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
The knife was way bigger though and had diamonds on the handle.
Gotta have that zhuzh.
Yeah, these really are cool weapons.
Yeah. I personally would want all of these.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Paris was going to use the pink rhinestone-covered pistol, but also picked up a metal tube with a curved end and some hollow explosives. What? Just a tube with a curve, like a giant bendy straw?
I can't. Oh no! Wait! If you read it, yeah. So like a metal pipe.
Yeah.
It's used in Streets of Rage
Yeah,
like one of the weapons, and I can't remember why I chose that, but I've just read ahead a bit, and now I remember.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Laughed Brittany.
Paris sure does know a way around a pipe. Like a cracked pipe.
Yes, I know. Sorry, I didn't laugh because it wasn't that good. Said Lindsay, quick and hot as always. You really like Lindsay in this, don't you?
I know. Lindsay's my favourite.
The narrator prefers Lindsay.
Out of the 3, Lindsay is my favourite.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of that trio. Okay. Shut up, guys.
Paris giggled and practiced bringing down the pipe like she was bashing in a bitch's head.
What about Brittany?
Brittany cackled like some sort of crazy demon as she pulled out an umbrella.
I bet she laughs like, ow. Okay.
Brittany cackled like some sort of crazy demon as she pulled an umbrella out of a stand. Lindsay and Paris exchanged sneaky looks, confused but also wondering what was going on. Those are the same thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that face looks like.
Brittany raised her eyebrows and pulled on the shaft of the umbrella to reveal a huge katana sword which was inside, hiding under the bit that folds out.
I don't know what things are called.
The top bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flappies. She then reached up to her hair and snatched it off. It was a wig the whole time and she had shaved her head ready for battle.
I'm going full 2007, y'all.
That's great.
Yeah, right?
That's great. Like, that's battle mode, Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, this wig's shedding a lot, by the way.
Lindsay and Paris clapped and screamed, and then they all kissed and touched each other's boobs. I told you.
That's what lesbians get up to.
Yeah. That's the end of chapter 3.
I told you! Like, this is how fanfiction works. I don't make the rules.
Okay.
I just make them sexy.
Yeah, absolutely. Chapter 4. Brittany gave her driver the night off to go hide in her panic room as the purge had arrived.
Such a humanitarian.
Such a great guy. And soon would the full moon. The purge had arrived, and soon would the full moon. The limo screeched out of the driveway onto the highway so fast that they didn't even notice the hobo, not until he went flying over the top of the car, rolled all the way down the limo's roof and off the side of the limo on the highway.
Oh my god, Brett!
Squealed Paris. Streetlights glistened off the crystals cutting round her nostril.
Crusting.
Oh, crusting.
Yeah.
There's been some recreational drug use.
Hey!
Shrugged Brittany.
It's the purge!
Fair. Paris and Lindsay high-fived and touched boobs.
Like touched boob, like tit to tit.
The world was already in disarray by the time they had reached the city, ready to fight. Already their sexy werewolf powers were already starting to come out.
Lots of already.
Yeah,
right? Like so many.
Yeah.
It's the attention to detail that you have to respect as part of this.
They were special breeds of rare werewolves. That's a hard thing to wrap your mouth around. Rare werewolves. Where they just got really strong with fangs and cool eyes, but didn't go all bumpy and hairy and whatever because ew.
So vampires, basically. But they're werewolves.
Yeah, got that. Using their super wolf powers tonight, they were going all out with no rules. They'd be doing hard drugs and kinky sex stuff and taking no names. Blowing rails and blowing the brains out of every skank that got in their way. Instead of smoking crack, they were cracking skulls. Apart from Paris, who was also smoking just a bit of crack.
Just a bit. Paris! Stop smoking smoking so much crack. We are almost there,
said Lindsay. Paris laughed and passed her some of the crack, knowing that's all Lindsay really wanted.
This is libel, allegedly. Yeah. Don't sue me.
Lindsay puffed on the crack and breathed out a huge plume of smoke, and it looked awesome.
That looks awesome,
wowed Paris.
Shut up, beta bitches. We're nearly they've gone from being wear sluts to beta bitches. Shut up, beta bitches. We're nearly at the final location,
demanded Brittany. How do you know it's the final location? Like, you're just calling out that this is a narrative.
No idea. This is where, oh no wait, this is where the Motorola caller told me where to be. Let's wolf up and sneak in.
They wolfed up and sneaked into the underground dungeon warehouse right beneath the club shocker. Fuck's sake.
I know.
The very scene where they'd reunited just less than 24 hours a day before.
What? I don't know.
They couldn't believe it. How could it all be leading back to this? Coincidence? Fate? Maybe. But they weren't sure. All they knew for sure was that their hearts were beating faster than their tingling vaginas as they slithered like snakes even though they were werewolves going down, down, down. What are they doing? Going downstairs?
Yeah, they're going underneath Club Shocker.
Okay, I didn't realise that because the narrator failed to mention.
Yeah, and also the fact that, like, how could Brittany not realise that she was going back to somewhere where she'd been? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she'd already got the clue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stupid. Okay. We have to go deeper,
said Brittany, their leader.
You're not my dad,
said Paris, sounding worried. Lindsay grabbed her titty and gently squeezed it. This soothed Paris, and they continued into the darkness until a red light like blood went on and they heard a voice all creepy like a robot, but kind of a demon at the same time.
I've got you now, were bitches.
I fully was like waiting for something.
Oh, this one's really difficult to do because it's like, Brittany, what's happening? Brittany, what's happening?
Paris and Lindsay said at the same time, looking into the alpha.
Don't know, y'all.
Brittany stammered.
Yes, you do, alpha bitch.
Said the voice, which they now felt they might have heard before.
You fell into my trick. I've trapped you. Ha ha ha.
I feel like your throat is paying for it today.
Oh, it will. It paid on the night. And I was getting over a cold.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it didn't help. Anyway.
Ketamin's a hell of a drug.
I know. What do you mean? What do they want? What's happening?
Said Lindsay and Paris, one after the other, along with other scared questions.
Aren't you going to tell them?
Laughed the voice, just as evil as before, but more bitchier now.
I don't know how to put bitchiness into that.
No. Brittany remained silent.
1 second. Okay. Fine, I'll reveal your dark secret. You thought you were coming.
I'm gonna
have to bring it up.
Break the voice, break the voice.
You thought you were coming to audition for a Charlie's Angels reboot, didn't you?
Of course.
Gullible fool! Ha ha ha!
The laugh was now super mean.
Brittany?
Paris and Lindsay said at the same time again, like their words have synced up with the moon like werewolves. For fuck's sake. Brittany broke down like full ugly crying.
They stand if I got us all here through the purge. We'd be cast in the next reboot of Charlie's Angels.
That's a valid reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not put everyone at risk?
I'd do the same.
Right? Yeah. Tell me about it.
And I'd wear this too.
Yeah. What?
Gasped Paris, unable to finish her sentence, like Brittany's betrayal had stolen all the breath in her mouth.
Poetry. They said I could play lead, the blondest, skinniest one.
Brittany said tearfully.
I'm sorry. How could I do this to my pick?
I hate this.
And now you'll all die.
The voice said again. They swore they would remember.
I don't want to die,
said Lindsay. Oh yeah, the voice was cruel.
Don't question it, just let it happen. How dare you?
Said Paris.
You're not my dad.
Fuck's And then buzzsaws came out of the floor and ceiling and walls, and it was all far too late. The three sexy wolf girls were trapped and sliced and diced into a million pieces, killed in an instant. And just as Paris was drawing her last breath, like the one Brittany had taken out of her mouth, she saw the villain revealed.
Yo,
She spluttered.
but you died.
Epilogue. It was Jessica the whole time. You all got fooled because she was the story. She was the story after. She was the story? Okay.
Yeah, she was the story after, because
Okay.
at the beginning it says, but that's not the story.
Oh, right, okay. I get you, I
Yeah.
get you. You all got fooled because she was the story after all. Because when she fell over and cut herself on the glass, she didn't really die.
Twist.
There was vampire blood on the floor, and it mixed with hers. Once she'd risen from the dead, she made a plan to seek revenge on the sexy wolf girls for making fun of her, and also because she's crazy and does whatever she wants. But then she realised oh wait, no.
But then, because you, sound it out.
Yeah. Fuck off. I've done a lot of reading today.
I know, you're doing great.
But then, because she was a vampire now, she decided she'd call up her ex-best friend and apologise for being such a bitch and freaking out for no reason. Because she was actually really flattered when I told her I had a crush on her and not totally grossed out. Now she was a vampire, she realised it might be fun to make out and finger bang, but whatever. I'm not even a lesbian and I don't care. I'm just writing this as a joke, lol. And that's the end.
That is the end of the Sexy Werewolf Purge fanfiction starring Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears. Now tell me, out of all of the voices, which is your favourite?
Oh, Lindsay for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a hard win.
it's absolutely. I mean,
Britney was fun for me just because you couldn't do it.
I know, I really can't do that accent.
Yeah.
I can't even say y'all.
I enjoyed that far too much.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Do you know what? The funnest thing about writing it was the fact that
It was terrible.
I mean, it did take some concentration, but mostly because it's not. I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Uh-huh.
You can really just let it fly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun.
You
of,
don't have to be restrained by actually being good.
Yeah, and giving a shit.
Uh-huh.
And the bits that were good were because they were so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I for one, if I had the spare time, I'd love to write more satirical fan fiction, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's an area that needs any satire because it roasts itself.
Yeah, I'm just looking down at it now, and someone would have to clean up, except no one would because stupid bitch Jessica was dead.
I mean, for me, it really
Gold.
is now she was a vampire. She realised it might be fun to make out and finger bang, but whatever. I'm not even a lesbian, and I don't even care. I'm just writing this as a joke. Lol. I actually wrote the word lol.
I hate you.
I know.
I
You're so
hate
welcome. So that was that's how
a lot.
I always end podcasts like that. So yeah, that was. Do you know what I mean? I need to stop doing
yeah.
it. So yeah, that was that. Thanks for joining us on this.
We should do a BuzzFeed quiz.
I don't
Are
know.
you Lindsay, Paris, Brittany, or Jessica?
I'd want to be a Lindsay, but I know I'm a Jessica.
I'm definitely a Paris.
Yeah, you're a Paris.
Small
Look at
titty,
this,
Beta.
a rich bitch with small tits.
You're not my dad.
So, of course, next week we are back for, I think it's the final of the, it's the last of the sexy Halloween series.
That's the Ooky Spooky My Pookie.
Ooky Spooky My Pookie.
Right.
We will be back with something really fun and different and exciting. So
as always.
please do join us. And yeah, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And we're sorry that we can't all be together for Gay Christmas. It's why we're bringing you all of these stupid Ooky Spooky podcasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else to add, Marilyn?
Suck a dick, it's fun.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Suck a spooky dick, it's fun.
Suck a Halloweeny.
Unnamed Drag Podcast.